Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Now, for those of you working through the 30 Days to Sell Cars program, you know just how fast things move in this industry. Today is day 27, and we're taking a deep dive into something absolutely crucial for staying ahead of the curve: continuous learning. We've got a couple of great resources to help us out today. Your Day 27 guide. It's packed with advice on making the most of this learning day. Plus, we're going to be exploring how a tool like ChatGPT can really turbocharge your skill development.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind of running a dealership. But taking the time to learn and grow, that's what separates good teams from truly great ones.
Couldn't agree more. So before we get into the HOW, let's talk about the WHY. What makes continuous learning so important, especially for those of us in automotive sales?
Well, think about it for a second. New technology, changing customer expectations, the rise of digital marketing. I mean, this industry is constantly evolving. And without continuous learning, it's like trying to navigate a maze in the dark. You might eventually find your way, but it's going to be a lot harder. And you're probably going to run into a few walls along the way.
Okay, I like that analogy. I'm feeling lost already just thinking about it. So how do we bring some light into that maze?
Well, the Day 27 guide, it encourages you to start by reflecting on your team's strengths and maybe more importantly, where you could use some improvement. Ask yourself, what one skill or tool or knowledge area could make the biggest impact on our dealership's performance right now? Maybe it's diving deep into those advanced features in your CRM or learning how to use AI for laser-focused ad targeting.
Interesting. So it's not just about learning for learning's sake. It's about choosing a focus. That's really going to move the needle for your dealership.
That's exactly right. What if you and your team dedicated time each month to picking up a new skill or mastering a new tool? Think of it as 12 performance boosts over the course of a year.
Wow, 12 boosts. That sounds like a pretty significant edge.
It absolutely is. Once you've got that focus, you need to choose the right learning resources. Could be structured training modules, webinars led by industry experts, even a good old-fashioned book. But here's the thing. It can't just be about passively consuming information. You've got to apply what you learn.
And that's where things get really interesting. I'm all for learning new things. But the application part sometimes trips me up. What are some practical ways that dealerships can make sure their learning is actionable?
If you're learning about a new tool, get in there and get your hands dirty. Set it up. Play around with it. Use real data from your dealership if you're working on a new skill. Why not run some role-playing scenarios with your team? The key is to make it practical, make it fun, and most importantly, make it stick.
Right, and the guide also talks about how learning becomes even more powerful when you share it. What are some ways dealerships can encourage knowledge sharing amongst their teams?
Having those regular team debriefs to discuss key takeaways, that's always super helpful. But brainstorming how to put that new knowledge to work in the next sales cycle, I think that's even more important. That's where you can get some real collaborative energy going.
I mean, what's the point of learning something new if you're not going to actually use it to improve your sales process?
Okay, so we've talked about the why and the how of continuous learning. Now let's talk about a specific tool that can really be a game changer. Wow. ChatGPT, this AI-powered tool, can really take learning to a whole new level for dealerships.
Right. Absolutely. Now, look, I want to be clear. This is not about replacing human interaction or anything like that. It's about giving you another powerful tool in your arsenal. It's a supplement to your training. It's a way to explore concepts more deeply, gain personalized insights, and you can even practice your skills in a safe environment. So we're not talking about AI taking over the dealership. We're talking about AI empowering the people in the dealership.
Exactly. We've got this great guide called the ChatGPT Learning and Exploration Tool, which walks you through how to use it effectively. It's broken down into 6 distinct sections. You've got one section called Exploring New Concepts, where you can literally ask ChatGPT to explain complex ideas to you in a way that you can understand. Like, let's say you're curious about AI-powered lead scoring and how it can benefit your dealership. You can just say, hey, ChatGPT, explain AI-powered lead scoring and how it benefits an automotive dealership. And boom, it'll break it down for you in simple terms.
I could definitely use that. I get lost in the technical jargon sometimes.
I hear you. There's another section called skill building. Let's say you want to step up your email marketing game. You could ask ChatGPT, what are some best practices for writing email subject lines that get people to click? It's like having an on-demand marketing guru right there in your pocket.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be useful.
Oh, there's more. What about those times when you're facing a specific challenge or problem? You know something's not working quite right. Well, ChatGPT can help you with that too. There's a section for that. It's called Problem Solving and Troubleshooting. Let's say your YouTube ads are seeing really low conversion rates. Just ask, what could be causing low conversion rates on my YouTube ads, and how can I fix it? ChatGPT can help you analyze the issue and come up with potential solutions.
So this one tool can do a lot more than I initially thought.
You're just scratching the surface. There's also scenario simulation. Imagine being able to practice a tough sales scenario, like negotiating with a hesitant customer, but without the pressure of a real-world situation. That's what scenario simulation lets you do.
So you can practice those tough conversations without the fear of messing up a real deal.
Exactly. And if you're looking for some fresh ideas, there's a section called Strategic Brainstorming. Let's say you need to boost test drive bookings. Just ask ChatGPT. Give me 10 innovative ways to increase test drive bookings this month.
Wow. Okay, so we've got exploring new concepts, skill building, problem solving, brainstorming. What else can this ChatGPT tool do?
Well, there's also quick summaries and simplifications. This is perfect for those times when you need to understand the gist of a complex topic, but you don't have a lot of time to dive into all the details. Let's say you need to get up to speed on retargeting. You can ask, explain retargeting in digital advertising in a simple way so I can explain it to my team. Boom, you've got a clear and concise explanation ready to go.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We talked about why continuous learning is so important in this industry. We looked at some practical ways to make it happen, and then we dove into this world of ChatGPT. I'm already feeling inspired to step up my learning game.
That's fantastic. But before we get too carried away, I think it's important to talk about how to make ChatGPT work for you. Even the most sophisticated tool is useless if you don't know how to use it properly.
Right. It's like having a fancy sports car, but not knowing how to drive it, you're not going to get very far.
Exactly. When it comes to ChatGPT, you are the driver, and your questions are the steering wheel. The more specific and precise your questions, the smoother your ride will be.
So it's not about just throwing any random question at ChatGPT. You have to be strategic with your prompts.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to ask follow-up questions if something isn't clear or you want more detail. Just ask. It's a conversation, not a monologue. The more you engage with ChatGPT, the more value you're going to get out of it.
So it's like having a conversation with a really knowledgeable colleague, except this colleague happens to be an AI.
That's a great way to put it. And here's where the real magic happens. You take what you learn from ChatGPT and you actually integrate it into your daily workflows, your team discussions, and your future training sessions.
So it's not just about acquiring knowledge. It's about putting that knowledge into action.
That's the key. Think about it. You could use ChatGPT to brainstorm content ideas for your next social media campaign, and then work with your team to turn those ideas into an amazing strategy. Or you could use it to practice handling different customer objections before a big sales event. The possibilities are really endless.
So we've got ChatGPT, but let's not forget about all the other resources that dealerships can tap into for continuous learning.
You're absolutely right. And your Day 27 guide actually has a fantastic list of suggestions. Under the Tools Needed section, you've got everything from training platforms and webinars to industry publications and books. There's something for everyone.
There really is no excuse not to make continuous learning a priority, especially with all these great resources available. Are there any particular tools or resources that stand out to you as being especially valuable for automotive professionals?
Let me think. Well, on-demand training platforms like LinkedIn Learning, HubSpot Academy, Coursera. Those are great places to start. They have a ton of courses on topics that are really relevant to the automotive world, like digital marketing, sales strategies, customer relationship management, you name it.
I've used those platforms before. They can be real lifesavers, especially when I need to brush up on my skills or learn about some new trend that's emerging.
And don't forget about webinars and workshops. They can be live or recorded, but they're a great way to stay up to date on the latest industry best practices and to hear from some of the leading experts in the field. Plus, you can often access them right from your office or even your couch.
I do love that flexibility.
And of course, you can't go wrong with a good book. There are so many great books out there on leadership, sales psychology, the future of the automotive industry. So many possibilities.
The point is, there are so many different ways to learn and grow.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What about tools for collaboration and knowledge sharing? Any platforms you recommend?
Oh yeah, for sure. Team collaboration tools like Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Trello, those can be super helpful.
I've used Trello to manage projects. It's amazing for keeping everyone on the same page. I can definitely see how it would be useful for team learning as well.
Absolutely. You could create a shared Trello board where team members can post articles they've read, takeaways from webinars they've attended, or even just questions they have. It's all about creating a space where knowledge can flow freely.
Okay, I think we've established that continuous learning is vital. We've explored a bunch of different resources, and we've even gone deep into this world of ChatGPT. I'm feeling like a continuous learning expert over here.
That's what we like to hear. But let's not lose sight of the bigger picture here. Day 27 of the 30 Days to Sell Cars program is a reminder that growth is an ongoing process. Every time you learn something new, you're not just expanding your knowledge, you're expanding what's possible for your dealership.
It's about creating a culture of continuous improvement, where learning is baked into the DNA of your team.
Exactly. And Day 27 gives you a practical framework to make that happen. It's about choosing a focus, engaging with those learning resources, putting that knowledge into action, sharing it with your team, and then making it a habit, not just a one-time thing, an ongoing pursuit of excellence.
It's about embedding learning into the very fabric of your dealership. So for our listeners out there who are ready to embrace Day 27 and turn continuous learning into a habit, what's the key takeaway?
I think it's pretty simple. Don't let this be a one-off event. Make Day 27 the start of a continuous growth journey for you and your team.
It's about committing to lifelong learning. Because in an industry as dynamic as automotive, the only constant is change.
And the dealerships that thrive are the ones that embrace that change and turn it into an opportunity for growth.
Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into continuous learning, we want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question.
I like it. Think about this. What is one small step that you can take today to make continuous learning a habit for yourself and your team? It doesn't have to be anything crazy or elaborate. Maybe it's just setting aside 15 minutes each day to read an industry article or signing up for a free webinar.
It's about taking that first step and then turning it into a consistent practice.
Exactly, because even small actions, when repeated consistently, can lead to some really big results.
Remember, in the world of automotive sales, the dealerships that learn and adapt are the ones that stay ahead of the curve.
And the dealerships that stay ahead of the curve are the ones that win.